Hey guys, and welcome back to my final episode, where it's episode 6 now, and we will be analyzing how social and community engagement motivates people to play The Sims 4. So, social and community engagement is part of why simulation games like The Sims 4 remain popular and meaningful to players. Although many people play alone, the community around the game transforms it from a private experience into a shared creative culture. As players share their creations of houses, characters, challenges, and stories online through platforms like YouTube, Reddit, and the Sims Gallery. Such actions transform gameplay into collaborative, community driven activity where players inspire, learn from, and build upon each other's ideas. I, for one, live off the Sims Gallery as it is nice to be able to see such use other people's creations because I'm definitely not a builder, but I do love to decorate. So in the sense of The Sims 4, this can also be known as participatory culture, which is a fan driven space where the audience is also the creators. So within The Sims 4, it's like the players are the creators, but then at the same time, the audience are the creators into the game. And social and community engagement satisfies the psychological need for relatedness, which is one of the three pillars of the self determination theory. It's expected that players find a sense of belonging and validation through a shared interest, feedback, and collaboration. So, this feels similar to belonging to a fandom or a creative collective for many players. Players who share builds or stories describe receiving feedback from the community as motivating and affirming, as such interactions help build positive identity development as players may become a recognized contributor within a wider social network and not just solitary gamers, such as Deligracy and LaSimsy, who many of you have probably heard of before, as they are quite big names in the Sims 4 community. And through community in The Sims 4, it opens the possibility for simulation games to turn into learning environments as players teach each other technical and creative skills. So, like how to download mods and CC and like building hacks and stuff like that. Like, as I mentioned as well, like I've had my friends try and teach me how to play with mods and CC in my game. It's not for me. I'm scared of it for some reason. I'm scared. I think of like the way that when there's updates and you have mods in CC, you have to go back and fix everything. I don't want the extra hassle, not yet at least. But this peer learning creates a cycle of innovation where players constantly expand in the possibilities of the game. The Sims 4 community also serves as a supportive and inclusive space for all players, but in particular those that are exploring identity, gender, or life experiences that may not be easily expressed online. So, players have collectively built a safe digital culture of empathy and representation online through the Sims community. This social expression strengthens both individual confidence and group solidarity, which reinforces that community engagement is a core motivator in simulation games. Therefore, community driven engagement keeps the game dynamic, relevant, and socially meaningful, transforming it into an ongoing cultural phenomenon rather than a final product. So, moving on to some statements from players on the Sims 4 forum. The first one is I have been a player since the start of The Sims 2, and I'm happy this franchise is going forward. Next is we think of The Sims over the years. When I think of The Sims over the years, I remember some sleepovers with my friends when I was a teen. The plan question mark, playing The Sims while having pizza and chatting until late in the night. Next is thank you for the creative outlet and camaraderie. The love and innovation of the community is a wonderful place for all of us who love to interact, encourage each other's creativity, and support each other's artistic expression. And the last statement is what's often kept me interested over the years is coming up with and completing challenges made between myself and two gaming friends. So, the idea of social and community engagement and being a motivation to play The Sims is something that I think is closer to my heart than I realize, as a lot of the friendships that I've made, like in my adult life, is through The Sims. Like I've gotten a job because I mentioned in my interview that I play The Sims, and I'm close with people at other jobs because we play The Sims. We could talk about it together, and like we kind of just have each other to discuss The Sims with. Like, and it's more fun. It's fun to go online and be on Twitter or TikTok and see how other people play their games or talk about it or share challenges. Like the community of The Sims franchise and The Sims 4 in particular is just so big, and it just gives such a positive space to discuss how you want to play the game, like why you play the game, aspects of the game that you like, what you don't like. and it's a really, really lovely community that I am happy to be a part of, and I think with making this series, I've learned more about how each of these motivations impact and drive players to want to play this game. And I've also learned that a lot of these motivations I actually can see in other areas of my life where I try and get other things done too. And, I guess the parts of the game of like create a sim, build mode, like skill building, maintaining relationships, like these are all like just at the end of the day, it's just fun. Life gets so serious and sometimes just feels so out of control. But I'm glad that I can always at the end of the day log on and check out my Sims, take a little break, relax. So if you're stumbling onto this, or if you're my teacher, I hope that this podcast, it was nice to listen to. It was informative. And if you've never played The Sims and you're wondering the reason why I should play it, I would highly recommend downloading it for yourself. Thank you.